The best Google Ads keyword strategy in 2026 isn't about keywords at all. This is a complete system, 5-part. Part 1, the shift. Keywords changed. Did you? Here's a question that should bother you. Why does your exact match keyword, water filter, show your ad for how to clean a fish tank? The answer matters because until you understand what changed, every strategy you build is on a broken foundation. Let's start with what Google Ads used to be. The old rules. A keyword was a literal word you typed. Exact match meant only exact phrase. You controlled which searches triggered your ads. More keywords meant more control. Match types were very predictable. Every single one of those rules are now dead. A keyword doesn't mean what you typed anymore. It means the meaning, the intent behind it. Google decides what's close enough. Exact match? Google decides, not you. More keywords now means more confusion because Google's matching them to overlapping searches. And with AI Max campaigns, keywords are becoming optional entirely. So if keywords aren't what they used to be, what are they? And more importantly, how do you use them now without letting Google waste your budget? This is exactly why Google shows garbage searches. It's not a bug, it's by design. Google expand what match types mean, and most advertisers never adjust it. Which brings us to the real question. If you can't control keywords the old way, what do you control? The answer is a 2-question framework that decides everything. Here's the mistake I see in almost every account I audit. The first thing people ask is, which match type should I use? That's the wrong first question. Match type is an output, not an input. It's decided for you by something else. Start here instead. Question 1. Is your product or service niche? Meaning, is there a low search volume for what you sell? If yes, niche product, you can use exact match with a max clicks bidding strategy. And you're going to need to babysit it. Check your search terms every 48 hours. Exclude aggressively. Your entire focus is relevancy and positioning because every click matters where there is low search volume. Now, if there's a high search volume for what you sell, then don't pick a match type yet. You're going to want to ask question number 2. Do you have 15 to 30 or more conversions per month? If yes, this is when you can start considering smart bidding with broad match. But here's what I wouldn't do. Don't just rip out what's working and switch everything to broad match because some guy on YouTube told you to do so. If exact match is converting, scale that first. Push more budget into it. Look at the search volume, look at the click share, and then squeeze everything you can out of what's already working. Then, and only then, duplicate that campaign. Set the duplicate to broad match with maximized conversions. Add 3 to 5 conversions per ad group and let it run alongside your exact match campaign. Do not add negatives to the broad match campaign daily. That will literally kill learning phase, and you need to let the algorithm explore. This is actually the foundation of what's called the feeder strategy. Props to John Moran for inventing this strategy, and I've got a whole video covering how to set this up. If you still don't have 15 to 30 conversions per month, you're still building the data. Stay on exact match, max conversions, build your data. Get your quality score to 7 or above and scale what's working. Once you're hitting the 15 to 30 conversions per month, then consider layering on broad match in a new campaign. And here's the key insight that ties all of this together. Your bidding strategy determines your match type, not the other way. The bidding strategy is the input, the match type is the output, and you don't want to abandon what's working. You need to scale it. Then you can layer. But knowing which keywords to put into the system, that's a whole different skill. And most people get it completely wrong. So how do you choose the right keywords? This is where part 3 comes in, the research, 3 sources, 1 filter. Most people open Keyword Planner, sort by volume, pick the biggest numbers, and call it a day. That's actually extremely backwards. Volume is the last thing that you need to check, not the first. Here's the order that actually works. The first source is the consumer mindset. Before you touch any tool, answer this and write it down. What would someone actually type in if they needed your product right now? Not what you call it, not the brand name, not the internal product categories. What would the buyer actually type? Think like a buyer, not a marketer. If you sell water filters, your customer isn't searching residential water purification systems. They're searching, why does my water taste weird? Source number 2, Google itself. You're going to want to type in your seed keywords into Google and stop. Look at the autocomplete suggestion. Google is literally telling you what people search for. Check the people also ask section. And also, here's a trick that most people don't know, the asterisk trick. Type in the asterisk, space, then your keyword, and Google will fill in what comes before it. It's like reverse autocomplete. It's a real gold mine. And source number 3, now you can then go and open up Keyword Planner, but use it only for validation, volume, and CPCs. That's it. Use the groups view to find themes that you may have missed. And whatever you do not trust the CPC estimates or the volume. They're directional at best and wildly wrong at worst. Now, here's the most important step that everyone skips, the filter. Apply this to every single keyword before it goes into your account. Would my ad look natural in these search results? If your ad would look out of place, it's the wrong keyword. Delete it. I don't care what the volume says. Structure it like this: 1 campaign, 1 ad group, 3 to 5 keywords per theme. That's it, tight and clean. You'll basically do that for broad match, maximize conversions. Okay, so now that you have the right keywords, you know which match type to use, there's a massive problem that no one talks about. Even with all of this dialed in, Google is still going to show your ads for garbage searches, thousands of them. So how do you stop the bleeding? This is where part 4 comes in, the fortress, the negative keyword fortress. This is the control system no one teaches. This is where the real money is saved or lost. Most advertisers add a few negative keywords here and there and think that they're covered, but that's not even close. Google is a dumb machine. It really is just trying to hit a target. If you ask it for maximized clicks, it's going to get you the most amount of clicks possible. It doesn't care about what the searches are. If you're asking for maximized conversions, it's going to optimize for conversions. It's going to optimize for as many conversions as possible, regardless of whatever the search term is. So you're going to want to implement this 5-step system. Step number 1, mine your history. Go into your account and pull in your all-time search terms report. Not last 30 days. You're going to want to do all time. Filter by conversions. Find the top 10 to 20 search terms that actually convert. These are your golden searches. Write them down, protect them. Everything else in your strategy revolves around keeping them safe. Step number 2, everything else needs to become a negative so you can focus in on those 10 to 20 search terms. Download every search term that has not converted. And yes, there will be hundreds of thousands, maybe 500,000. You're going to want to look at that list thinking there's no way I can add in all of those negatives. And you're right, Google will cap you on the amount of negatives that you have per campaign. It's 10,000. So how do you turn 500,000 of bad searches into 10,000 negatives? This is where step 3 changes everything. This is where you implement the n-gram compression. Instead of adding individual search terms one by one, you need to find the patterns, the common words that appear across thousands of bad searches. How to, DIY, free, Reddit. You're not blocking individual terms, you're blocking patterns. One 2-word phrase can eliminate thousands of irrelevant searches in a single negative. 500,000 bad search terms compressed down to roughly about 10,000 negatives. That's a 50x compression ratio. And that's a secret weapon that most people are not using. So then in step 4, you're going to want to protect your golden searches. Before you upload those negatives, you want to run a safety check. Compare your negative list against all of your golden searches from step number 1. If any negative keyword would block one of those converting terms, you got to remove it. This cross-reference is critical. One careless negative can kill your best performing searches. So then in step number 5, you can actually automate the maintenance of this. You don't have to do this manually every single week. You can set up a script that runs hourly. It will check new search terms, compares them against your golden list, and then auto excludes everything that doesn't match. Exact match becomes truly exact on autopilot. And here's what this looks like in practice. Without the fortress, your search terms report shows how to clean a fish tank, Brita replacement parts, water damage repair, water parking tickets. Is tap water safe? 1 out of 5 is an actual buyer. but you're paying for 4 garbage clicks for every real one. And this adds up and becomes extremely expensive. So with the Fortress Best Water Filter for Home, Water Filter System Price, Buy Water Filter Online, Water Filter Reviews 2026, all 5 are buyers. Every click has real intent and every dollar works. Same budget, 5 times the buying intent. This is where part 5 comes in, the complete system, where everything connects, and here's why the order matters. First, research. Your 3 sources plus the filter gives you the right keywords. Those keywords go into a 2-question framework, which tells you your bidding strategy. Your bidding strategy determines your match type. Your match type determines how aggressively Google expands your searches, which is exactly what the Fortress controls. And then adding automation keeps the whole thing running without you. Research, bidding, match types, Fortress, automate. Each piece feeds the next. Remove any one, and the system breaks. Most people only do step 1. They pick a few keywords and then wonder why they're bleeding money. Now you know why. Keywords are just the first domino. It's the system that makes them work. My name is Artur McClellan. I make Google ad strategies that actually work. I have built this negative keyword script that I described in step number 5, one that basically automates and runs hourly, basically automating your Fortress. It's free, and you're going to want to check out the link in the description. And if you want the campaign structure that makes all of this work at scale, you're going to want to watch this next. This is the best campaign structure in 2026. I'll see you in the next one.